Hello and welcome. This is Business Now, reaching live from IBrandTV News Studio in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, federal government set to explore opportunities in the micro, small and medium enterprises. Central Bank of Nigeria injects $3.36 billion into the foreign exchange market in 2 months. Manufacturing trade deficit hits 2.6 trillion despite forex shortage. African Development Bank forecasts a positive economic outlook for the Ghanaian economy. Thanks for joining us, and here are business stories making the headlines at this hour. I am Petrol Peter, and now the news in detail. Nigeria is barely able to cover the cost of imported petrol from its oil and gas revenues because of low crude oil production. Means Finance Minister Zainab Ahmed said yesterday when oil prices rose early, extending this week's gains as demand looked strong with the U.S. driving season starting and Shanghai, China, gradually reopening after 2 months of strict lockdowns. WTI crude prices were up 3.17% at $113.69, while the international benchmark Brent crude had risen by 2.41% to $116.65. Ahmed added in an interview at the World Economic Forum in Davos that she hoped Nigerian oil production would average 1.6 million barrels per day this year, up from around 1.5 million barrels per day in the first quarter. Nigeria, Africa's biggest crude oil exporter, imports virtually all its fuel due to moribund state refineries, which has prompted the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC's) interest in Dangote's oil refinery. According to the speakers, the price of crude oil was between $55 and $60 per barrel when the federal government raised the budget to 4 trillion naira. But now the price is over $100 per barrel. The cash spent on subsidies between 2010 and 2020 was 1.4 trillion naira. The cost increased substantially in 2021, and in 2022 it has hit the stratosphere. ANALYST has averred that with more agricultural research and attention to Nigeria's areas of comparative advantage, the country will be able to attain self-sufficiency in food production. APT Securities Chief Executive Kasim Ogaro, while speaking on the business breakfast earlier in the day, says Nigeria's population, landmass and climate puts her at an advantage against food crisis. He listed storage and transportation as some of the major issues affecting prices of food in the country. The federal government says it will explore the opportunities in the micro, small and medium enterprises to tackle inflation and boost the nation's economic development. The Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Agba, said this on Thursday in Abuja at a 4th strategic planning meeting of the Forum of MSME Business Membership Organizations of Nigeria. Quote, in Nigeria, the contribution of SMEs to GDP between 2015 and 2020 was put at 48% on average and account for 50% of industrial jobs and nearly 90% of the activities in the manufacturing sector. End of quote. Agba, who was represented by his special advisor, Sufyan Ojeifo, said MSMEs are also known to be very active in promoting backward integration, as most of them engage in the use of local materials as intermediate input in the production of goods. End of quote. The Central Bank of Nigeria injected $3.36 billion into the foreign exchange market in 2 months as part of efforts to ensure the stability of the Naira. Figures obtained from the CBN's January monthly report on foreign exchange market developments showed that $1.71 billion and $1.65 billion were injected in December 2021 and January 2022, respectively. The report said, and I quote, total foreign exchange sales to authorized dealers by the bank was $1.65 billion in January, representing a decrease of 3.1% relative to $1.71 billion in December 2021. The CBN stopped forex intervention through the Bureau de Change segment of the market in 2021 and said it would stop further interventions through the banks by the end of 2022. President, Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, Aminu Gwadabe, said it was difficult for the Naira to be strong because a lot of parameters were against it. The Director General of the Nigerian Mining Cadastre Office, Obadiah Nkom, has said the number of valid mineral titles in Nigeria is currently about 7,200. This is a slight increase from about 7,017 mineral titles in 2021, according to a document on the MCO's website titled Valid Mineral Titles as of December 2021. The Nigerian Mining Cadastre Office, DG, further said that the agency has generated 1.63 billion naira as of April 2022. The Mining Cadastre Office is responsible for the management and administration of mineral titles. The agency also keeps a chronological record of all applications for mineral titles in a priority register, which ensures the agency treats all applications on a first-come, first-served basis and equally applies the principle of use it or lose it to mineral titles. Uncom further noted that the agency is in consultation with some Germany-based experts on developing an application that would boost the application for mineral titles in Nigeria. The value of the manufactured goods trade deficit was 2.6 trillion in the fourth quarter of 2021, according to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS. In its foreign trade in goods statistics for fourth quarter of 2021, the NBS disclosed that the total manufacturing import was about 3 trillion naira, while export was 395.48 billion naira in fourth quarter 2021. In October 2021, the country's import was 904.52 billion naira, while export was 184.55 billion naira. By November 2021, the import was 1.03 trillion naira, while export was 181.12 billion naira. At the end of fourth quarter 2021 in December, the import was 1.06 trillion naira, while export was 29.81 billion naira. A trade deficit occurs when a country's imports exceed its exports in a particular period. The analysis shows that Nigeria's imports of manufactured goods exceeded the export of such goods in fourth quarter 2021. And still to come, oil prices rose on Friday with a tight market due to rising gasoline consumption. Details and more news update after this commercial break. Stay with us.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming True unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your True unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix True unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, gbegiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your True unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
The cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. Products for hair and body care are predominant on the beauty market in sub-Saharan Africa, where face products and makeup remain marginal but have strong potential. Africa's largest economy clearly has a lot to offer. The Nigerian beauty and personal care market is currently worth more than $1.25 billion at retail and is forecast to reach more than $1.31 billion next year, according to Euromonitor International. It includes a wide range of products from skincare items to makeup and beauty items. These are items that predominantly appeal to women and men alike to purchase beauty products, even though men are interested in cosmetics. Nigeria has emerged as the investment destinations of choice to international firms aiming to capture the beauty and personal care market in the continent. The photo.
Welcome back on the African scene now. The African Development Bank says Africa needs an annual investment of $32 to $40 billion along the energy value chain to achieve universal access for electricity by 2030. The AfDB's African Economic Outlook 2022 unveiled at the bank's annual meetings yesterday in Accra, Ghana, said the findings were done under the bank's new deal on energy for Africa. The outlook revealed that a total annual climate financing gap for energy under the New Deal stood at $17 billion to $25 billion. It said the continent's large economies like Egypt, Nigeria, and South Africa accounted for about 33% of the gap. The outlook said about $15.5 billion, which represented 26% of the total climate financing flows to Africa, were channeled to the energy sector between 2019 and 2020. It said despite energy being the most funded sector on the continent, resources mobilized so far were dwarfed by Africa's energy investment needs. With a projected growth rate of 5.3%, the African Development Bank is forecasting a positive economic outlook for the Ghanaian economy this year. According to its 2022 Economic Outlook report released at the bank's ongoing annual meeting in Accra, it is, however, expecting a slight drop in the rate at which the economy grows. The projected growth rate for 2022 of 5.3% is a target lower than the 5.8% set by the government in the 2022 budget. In the report, the African Development Bank noted that Ghana has attributed the projected GDP growth of 5.3% for 2022 to the Ghana COVID-19 alleviation and revitalization of enterprises support program. However, it expressed concern about the potential inflationary pressures due to increased energy and food prices associated with the impact of the Russia-Ukraine unrest. South Africa's rand firmed early on Friday as the US dollar sank to a one-month low amid signs the Federal Reserve might slow or even pause its monetary policy tightening in the second half of the year. In early trade, the rand traded at 15.6850 against the dollar. That's 0.16% stronger than its previous close. The dollar index, which measures the greenback against a basket of 6 major pairs, fell as low as 101.43 for the first time since April 25th. A day after the U.S. Central Bank released the minutes from its May policy meeting, Bank of America said in a note the Fed would likely pause its tightening in September. The South African government's benchmark 2030 bond was little changed in early deals, with the yield at 9.77%. Now, on the foreign scene, oil prices rose on Friday and were on track for weekly gains, supported by a prospect of a tight market due to rising gasoline consumption in the United States in summer and also the possibility of an EU ban on Russian oil. Brent crude was up 58 cents or 0.5% at $117.98 in early trade and was on track for a gain of about 5% this week. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 27 cents or 0.2% at $114.36 per barrel. U.S. gasoline stocks fell by 482,000 barrels last week to 219.7 million barrels, U.S. Energy Information Administration said on Wednesday. The start of summer driving season in the United States normally entails increased consumption. Both benchmark crude contracts were also supported as the European Commission continued to seek unanimous support of all 27 EU member states for its proposed new sanctions against Russia, with Hungary posing a stumbling block. OPEC Plus is set to stick to last year's oil production deal at its June 2 meeting and raise July output targets by 432,000 barrels per day, 6 OPEC Plus sources told Reuters. The OPEC Plus members would thereby rebuff Western calls for a faster increase to lower surging prices. The dollar edged higher on Friday, but was on track for its biggest weekly drop in nearly 4 months as traders lowered Federal Reserve rate hike expectations amid signs the U.S. Central Bank might slow or even pause its tightening cycle in the second half of the year. The dollar index, which measures the greenback against the basket of 6 other major currencies, fell as low as 101.43 for the first time since April 25. On a weekly basis, it was down 1.3%, its biggest weekly drop since the first week of February. It hit a nearly two-decade peak above 105 earlier this month, but has retreated since then as economic data has weakened. Against the U.S. units, the single currency rose briefly to its highest levels in a month at $1.0765 sterling, was firm at $1.2666. And now we're going to commercial break. When we return, Michael Nath will bring us more news updates. Stay with us.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, gbegiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
The cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. Products for hair and body care are predominant on the beauty market in sub-Saharan Africa, where face products and makeup remain marginal but have strong potential. Africa's largest economy clearly has a lot to offer. The Nigerian beauty and personal care market is currently worth more than $1.25 billion at retail and is forecast to reach more than $1.31 billion next year, according to Euromonitor International. It includes a wide range of products from skincare items to makeup and beauty items. These are items that predominantly appeal to women and men alike to purchase beauty products, even though men are interested in cosmetics. Nigeria has emerged as the investment destinations of choice to international firms aiming to capture the beauty and personal care market in the continent. The photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around 294,790 naira. However, the price ranges from around 41,000 naira to as high as 2.46 million naira. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people with a vibrant movie industry that produces 50 movies per week, generating annual revenue of approximately $590 million from between 2016 and 2021, helping the photography industry as a whole, according to a recent research by the UN.